trying to recall moments from the beginning of this month, which now feels like a whole lifetime ago. Half the year has passed already, and we crossed the summer solstice. June changed its status almost every other week. From an intense work period to family duties, June had a few surprises in its pocket. Maybe it changed status because there was this heat wave that was shattering historical data and gave us early dog days this year. June started with preparations for an editorial assignment that was supposed to be spanning over the course of 10 days. But before I could start, the car broke down. Almost all the locations were close to our home, some even just a bike ride away, and that was a welcome change. No hotel rooms, only our family bed every night. Staying in the Eberbach monastery after all the tourists left and after the doors closed. I am listening to the songs of the hundreds of swallows and swifts that are taking over the courtyard and the historic refectory. The name of the rose was shot here. In between the editorial days, I started to work on a new zine. I had the idea to do zines made out of scraps found at the studio before, but this time I wanted to take this idea further and document everything that I find at the studio that I want to keep, but also the scraps I want to throw out and make collages with them. I started the process, began to collect and pile, but life's demands made me stop in between. For this single editorial, I met archaeologists, landowners, art restorers, rangers, and many other people. And it was inspiring to see the area that we live in as a family from a few new perspectives and gaining access that would never be possible, or frankly, even on the list without an assignment. I decided to work extremely minimalistic, keeping the package as simple as possible. I wanted this editorial to be as exploratory and curious as possible, even if that meant to go back to a place later when lighting conditions were better. After I finished the last date for this editorial, preparation started for an advertising production that is happening in July. I had to write a lot in pre-production, from treatment to director's interpretation, because this job is a true hybrid. Direction, stills, and camera work in one unit, all done by me. On most days, I chose my favorite place to write, the garden behind our house. I went back to Bavaria again, and this time to clean out Grandma's apartment. 40 degrees with two of my oldest friends and my sister, throwing everything out, keeping almost nothing, and saying goodbye in the most cathartic way. Paradoxically, the more I return and the more the traces of my childhood in Bavaria fade, the deeper I reconnect with the area I grew up in. Watching the World Cup with my sister and spending summer nights out in the fields with sounds of crickets and frogs. I met Isidora for portraits. She used to live in our town but recently relocated to Sweden. She's teaching dance and was on assignment in our area for a couple of days. We were keeping the session slow and intentional, paying attention and having a conversation with only a few words.
Most customers are not finding return on productivity. So customers are lots of money, right? So customers leave for any reason, for somebody to better technology, or somebody makes a cheaper version of the same product. So you March